He thought he was looking for a lost city.
But he was actually looking for a secret his father died to protect.
Fluent Fables. Learn English with story.
The scent of old paper and dust hung heavy in the air, a familiar comfort for Leo, a young historian whose world was contained within dusty libraries. For 10 years, the mystery of his father's disappearance had haunted him. Everyone said he had simply vanished from the face of the earth, but Leo never believed it. His father, a brilliant explorer and a man of great purpose, wouldn't just disappear, not without a trace. Leo's hands trembled as he sifted through his late father's belongings, a task he had postponed for far too long. He found an old map case, its leather cracked and its brass fittings tarnished with age. He slid his hand into a secret compartment inside the case and felt a small worn leather journal. Inside, a brittle, folded map and a compass with a strange, pulsating needle were tucked away. The compass wasn't made of ordinary metal. It felt cold to the touch and hummed with a subtle, unnerving energy. Leo's heart pounded as he read the last entry in the journal. His father's handwriting was frantic, almost illegible. The whispering city of Andaris holds the key. The others are close. I must hide this. The compass is the only way, but it's cursed. A chill ran down Leo's spine. His father's words were a warning, a desperate plea from the past. The map, he noticed, had a faint, almost invisible symbol on it, a symbol that matched a tattoo on the arm of Marcus, the man his father had always called his most trusted friend. He knew in that moment that he had to find him. It was the only way to unravel this decade-old mystery. Leo found Marcus at a remote archaeological dig site in the harsh desert plains, his face lined with years of hard work, loss, and the relentless sun. Marcus was initially dismissive, his eyes hard and his words clipped. He didn't have time for a young man's sentimental journey, but when Leo pulled out the compass, Marcus's tough exterior cracked. He grew pale, and the years of guarded emotion showed on his face. "Where did you get that?" he demanded, his voice low, a mix of awe and dread. Leo explained, "It was my father's. He mentioned you in his journal." "What's Andaris?" Marcus sighed, running a hand through his graying hair. "It's a myth, a lost city. I told your father to let it go. He had a hunch that it wasn't just a myth, but a dangerous one. He ignored me." As Leo shared the journal, Marcus's skepticism faded. The detail, the personal notes about the compass's strange, volatile energy, the fear in the last entry, it was all too real. Marcus's eyes softened. "Your father was like a brother to me. I couldn't save him then, but I can help you find answers now." They decided to follow the map, which led them deep into an uncharted jungle. Leo, accustomed to the quiet of libraries and the predictability of academic life, struggled immensely. The oppressive heat, the constant buzz of biting insects, and the thick, suffocating air were a far cry from the air-conditioned halls of his university. He stumbled, he sweated, and he felt a constant wave of fear. Marcus, however, was in his element. He moved with the ease of a jaguar, navigating the dense foliage as if it were his own backyard. He taught Leo how to read the terrain, how to find clean water, and how to spot danger. One day, after Leo successfully climbed a tree to get a better vantage point, Marcus grunted with a hint of a smile. "Look at you, you're learning the ropes." Leo felt a small surge of pride. This wasn't just a search, it was a transformation. As they traveled deeper, the compass needle began to glow brighter, pulsating with an eerie, almost hypnotic energy. It seemed to guide them with a mind of its own, pulling them towards something ancient and powerful. Leo felt a mix of excitement and dread. He was finally on his father's path, but the dangers were just beginning. After weeks of trekking, the compass led them to a waterfall hidden by thick vines and overgrown ferns. Behind the cascading water, a cave entrance was revealed. Inside, ancient carvings lined the walls, glowing faintly in the dim light. They were intricate and mesmerizing. "These carvings, they tell a story," Leo whispered, tracing the lines with his fingers. He had seen similar symbols in his father's old research papers. The people of Andaris didn't just disappear. They used a powerful artifact to protect their city from invaders, but the process went wrong. The city became a prison for both the living and the dead. They ventured deeper into the tunnel. The air grew colder, and a soft, rhythmic hum filled their ears. The tunnel opened into a vast chamber, an immense cavern that swallowed the light. Before them, bathed in a strange, ethereal light, was the city of Andaris. Structures of unknown, swirling stones spiraled toward the ceiling, connected by glowing, translucent bridges. It was breathtaking, a city built from a fever dream, existing outside of time and reality. But they were not alone. As they stepped onto a bridge, a cold voice cut through the air. "I knew you would come. The compass always finds its way home." A group of men, dressed in black tactical gear, emerged from the shadows. At their head was the cold-eyed Whacker, his face a mask of ruthless ambition. He held a small, glowing shard in his hand, the missing piece of the compass. He smiled, a chilling, triumphant grin spreading across his face. "I've been waiting for you, little historian," he said, his voice echoing in the vast chamber. "Your father gave his life for this. He knew the city's power. And now you've brought me the other half of the key." Leo's heart pounded against his ribs. This wasn't a treasure hunt. It was a deadly race for something far more significant. Whacker's men moved to capture them, but Marcus, with a swift kick, sent a stone pillar toppling, blocking their path. "Let's go," Marcus yelled, pulling Leo deeper into the city. They ran, a desperate dash through the glowing, silent labyrinth. They found refuge in what looked like an old observatory, a spherical building at the highest point of the city. A dusty, holographic projection of constellations never seen on Earth shimmered in the center of the room. "He used it as a safe house," Leo said, his voice full of a renewed sense of purpose. "My father was trying to hide from them right here. He was trying to warn us." Whacker and his men cornered them in the observatory. "Don't be foolish," he sneered, gesturing toward the compass in Leo's hand. "The compass is nothing. The real power is in the city itself. It feeds on fear. When it's strong enough, it can create anything out of thin air. An army, weapons, gold." This was the plot twist, the chilling truth Leo's father had tried to hide. The city wasn't just a physical place. It was a psychological weapon, a powerful generator of terror. "Your father never wanted to save the city," Whacker continued, his voice dripping with malice. "He wanted to destroy it." A sudden jolt ran through the ground, and the walls began to shake. The holographic stars in the center of the room pulsed erratically. Whacker looked panicked. "What's happening?" he demanded. "He was trying to wake the city up," Marcus shouted, a desperate idea forming in his mind. "The compass isn't a key, it's a bomb, a failsafe." Leo and Marcus realized their mission had been a ruse. Whacker wanted the city to create an army for him, but Leo's father had been setting a trap. Leo's compass and the shard Whacker had were meant to overload the city's power source, neutralizing it forever. The compass was a ticking clock. Whacker's men attacked, and a chaotic fight ensued. Leo, using his wits, pulled wires and activated ancient mechanisms, distracting the men, while Marcus fought with a ferocity that surprised even Leo. He was a force of nature. Just as Whacker was about to seize the compass, Marcus grabbed him, his arm a vice, and threw him back toward a crumbling wall. "We have to go all in now," Marcus yelled, his face contorted in pain. Whacker had struck him. Leo, with trembling hands, placed the compass into a small, pulsing socket on a central pedestal. Whacker, having recovered and filled with a rage that distorted his face, lunged for Leo, but Marcus, with a final burst of strength, blocked him. The ground shuddered. The glowing bridges started to crack, and the ethereal light of the city began to fade, replaced by a deep, terrifying darkness that seemed to swallow everything. The city was dying. Whacker's face went pale with terror. He screamed as the city's darkness consumed him. "We're not out of the woods yet," Marcus grunted, his arm bleeding profusely. "We need to get out of here, now." They ran back through the long, collapsing tunnel, hearing the city groan behind them. As they reached the cave entrance, the ground rumbled once more, and a huge rockslide sealed the way, trapping Andaris forever. The compass lay on the ground, its eerie glow gone, its purpose fulfilled. They collapsed outside, exhausted and injured, watching the waterfall cascade. The air felt clean, the sunlight warm on their faces. Marcus, his arm wrapped in a makeshift bandage, looked at Leo. "That was too close for comfort," he said, a tired smile on his face. "But we made it through thick and thin." Leo nodded, looking at the spot where the city had been. He no longer felt the shadow of his father's disappearance. He had found the truth. His father was not a hero who vanished. but a hero who had sacrificed everything to stop evil. Leo picked up the now dull compass, feeling its cold, solid weight. "He never gave up," he said softly, "and neither will I." They had not found treasure, but they had found something much more valuable: truth, courage, and a bond forged in fire. And for the first time in 10 years, Leo felt truly at peace. So friends, it's time to learn 5 new phrases together. To learn the ropes, to learn how to do a particular job or activity. Example, it takes a while to learn the ropes of a new job. To give one's life for something, to sacrifice one's life for a cause or a person. Example, the soldier gave his life for his country. To go all in, to commit all of one's resources or effort to a particular action. Example, he decided to go all in and invest all his savings in the new company. To be out of the woods, to be free from a difficult or dangerous situation. Example, she's recovering from the surgery, but she's not out of the woods yet. To make it through thick and thin. To support or stay with someone or something through good times and bad times. Example, they've been friends for 20 years. They've made it through thick and thin. Well, Leo and Marcus's adventure has come to an end, but our English learning journey is just beginning. I hope you enjoyed this thrilling journey. Today, we learned 5 useful idioms and 1 important grammar structure throughout the story. Remember, reviewing and practicing these points is the key to mastering English. If you enjoy learning English through stories and want to see more thrilling adventures, be sure to hit the subscribe button and click the bell so you don't miss a single new video. Join our community. In our next video, we'll embark on another exciting adventure with a brand new story. To find out what happens next, click the video you see on your screen now and continue the adventure with us.